Hey guys, part 3 and the final part of God's Basement is here. If you missed parts 1 and 2, you can check them out here. So, we finally get done with this puzzle piece, jigsaw mess. We finally get to figure out everything that's going on. What's going on with Grandma, what's going on with you. And you get to see me throw my mouse about 3 or 4 more times. So sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the game. What am I supposed to do? Oh, here we go. I'm entering my first year of high school. I'm pretty nervous about it, but excited at the same time. My grandmother was recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The diagnosis didn't really faze her. She seems a lot less lively these days, just listening to the radio or TV most of the time. I try to talk to her about current events and casual topics, but her responses are more bleak and dull than they used to be. I wouldn't describe her aura as depressing or gloomy. A more precise word would be hollow or empty. It's almost as if a part of her has drifted off somewhere and has yet to return. She would have episodes like this before, but the frequency and length of the episodes seem to be increasing. Oh yeah, I remember this. Last time I did this, I got attacked. Today I landed a part-time job tutoring my neighbor's kid. I can't get a real job since I'm only 14, but at least this will give me some kind of income. Regarding my mother's health, there have been no major changes. She remains uninterested and perpetually distant whenever I interact with her. Something kind of strange happened today. I caught her having a conversation with the radio. The thing is, the radio was off the whole time. She was arguing back and forth with it, as if it was a real human being. It kind of reminded me of the crazy people you have to deal with when taking public transit. It's kind of messed up that I found it just a tiny bit funny. I'll probably be sent to hell for laughing at it, but I couldn't help it. I have sick sense of humor. I love her to death, and it pains me to see her deteriorate like this. I hope she gets better. James, I'm sorry to bother you, but I've misplaced my keys somewhere. Can you find them for me? Just place them next to this note once you've found them, Grandma. Are they in here? No, but there's a radio. Oh, keys. Here we go. Are you lost? Yeah, I'm pretty lost. Last night I caught my grandmother staring at a painting in the middle of the hallway. I was in the middle of the night, and her eyes were locked onto the picture. It was kind of eerie seeing her entranced by it. After staring at it for at least half an hour, she walked off casually. I took a closer look at the painting and it was completely blank. It was literally a blank piece of paper she was staring at. At least I have some good news. I earned a raise for my tutoring job, so I've started tutoring another neighbor's kid, so I earned more money. Yay! I just wrapped up my first year of high school, so I'm glad I'll have something to keep me busy throughout the summer besides taking care of my grandmother. Okay. She said, in the middle of the... Oh. Never. He forgive. That was forgive. Will. You. He will. Never. Forgive. You. Okay. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of plates breaking. I dashed out of my room to see what was happening. I saw her in the kitchen repeatedly trying to carry a plate from the kitchen to the dining room. While walking over to the dining room, she would drop the plate and repeat the process. I walked over to her and guided her back to the bedroom. I set up a small barricade so she wouldn't be able to get out so easily. She could have really hurt herself. Maybe I should just set up a barricade so she doesn't get out of her room at night. Ooh, the music is really getting me. I'm in the middle of my second year of high school right now, and it's been really hard balancing school, friends, and taking care of my grandmother. Most of the time I have to turn down social events because I have to say we shouldn't do anything crazy. Oh.
Authorities also reported that the grandfather was driving the vehicle and that alcohol might have been involved in the incident.
this place. He does not. Hell. He is here. Oh, fuck. I can't do this. I'm starting to worry about the future. Grandma's condition continues to grow worse. Is she going to stay like this for the rest of her life? I hope not. What will happen if I have to leave for college? Who's going to take care of her? The way it is now, I could barely leave her alone for 2 seconds without her breaking something. I'm currently in my 3rd year of high school, so I still have a little bit of time to think about it. However, I'll come up with a solution later. I just entered my senior year of high school. It's time to start thinking about what happens after high school. I recently applied for the scholarship. It would pay for basically all my expenses, including tuition, room and board, and everything else. And it's a hell of a deal. My biggest issue right now is my grandmother. We don't really have any relatives or anyone to take care of her besides me. Will I have to take care of her the rest of her life? Their answer seems to be yes. Her condition keeps getting worse and worse. I know this is selfish, but I feel quite bitter about this current situation. I have to keep making sacrifices for her sake. Hopefully, I'll think of a solution sooner rather than later. Oh, there she is. Hey. I don't know. What are you doing? Doing this again. Are you lost? How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Are you without hope? Are you without God?
Are you lost?
Yes.
How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go?
But I do. I have to figure out how to get the hell out of here.
Scared?
Fuck yeah.
Are you frightened?
Same thing.
Are
Probably.
Are you without God?
I guess. Well, I'm in God's basement, right? Letter. I have great news. Good news, everyone. I was one of the recipients for the scholarship. There is a downside, though. I can only use it on certain colleges. The list they gave me are all too far away to commute on a daily basis from our house and the college. So I definitely have to move. The problem is there's no one who'd be able to take care of my grandmother. Whoa, let's pump the brakes here. Yeah, you can. There's assisted living facilities. There are tons of those places all over the place. Just saying. I just can't leave her. She can't cook or buy groceries or do anything by herself. I'm practically her caretaker rather than her grandson. What did it say? If I leave, she'll probably wind up dead from starvation or some sort of accident. It feels like I don't have many options here. There we go. Bunny. Hey, bunny. Okay. Are you leaving me too? Ah! No letter. Oh, it's open. Needs hammer. I have a feeling. No. Oh, there it is. Oh, it just got quiet. Oh, I hate when that happens. That's usually not a good thing. Hey, Mr. Bunny. Fuck. Fuck!
James, it's been a while since our last encounter. That was a lot of information to absorb. I hope you got most of it, but I'll try to summarize the best that I can. You were trying your hardest to get by high school while also taking care of your grandmother, along with holding a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
At the
I was
end
responsible.
of high school, you had amazing grades and received a full-ride scholarship.
Because I worked hard.
The only problem was you would have to leave your grandmother to attend college. She raised you all by herself after your parents passed away. It tore you up inside, knowing that you would have to abandon her to move forward in your life. Slowly but surely, her condition kept deteriorating, to the point where it was an extreme burden to provide care for her. You had to make a choice, abandon her and move on with your life.
You could have put her in a facility.
Throw away a full-ride scholarship and sacrifice your potential to take care of her. Are you ready to find out what choice you made? This is kind of exciting, isn't it? Well, I won't make you wait any longer. You chose to stay. You felt that it would be wrong to abandon her, especially when she needed you the most. She took care of you when you were abandoned, right? You were just returning the favor. If you haven't noticed, this area represents your old job. The one you worked while taking care of your grandmother after you graduated. First thing you should probably do is sign in. Enter the door to your left and find your ID card. I'll speak to you soon. Good luck.
Oh. The human body would rather sacrifice immediate potential.
Wow. Great job, James. Are you ready to start all over again tomorrow?
No. I'm home. Task list. Clean up any broken plates, hide kitchen knife under bed, check emails on phone, nail wooden planks on door, turn off all lights, go to bed. Okay. Clean up broken plates, hide knife under bed. Plates picked up. Knife. Under bed. Footage declined scholarship program. Thank you for applying. We use for bed. Turn off all the lights. Put a light switch in here. bed. Okay. All right. Oh. Oof. Mm-mm. If you give me one more jump scare at the end, I'm gonna flip. Oh, yeah. You're gonna come in the room? Now what? Turn on the lights, stupid. No, Grandma! I don't know what you're doing, Grandma. Damn it, Grandma. Did you break another plate? Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? When will your suffering end?
Pain. Are you full of it?
I'm full of something.
Are you out of it? James, when will your suffering end? You wanted her to die, didn't you? Not for her sake, but for your own. You yearned for her death, not because her suffering would cease. It was because yours would cease as well.
Today I found my laptop broken. I left her alone for just a few minutes while I was in the bathroom, and I guess she walked into my bedroom and had an episode. I'll have to drain my savings in order to replace it.
Do you feel the resentment pulsating through your veins? Do you feel the last breath of patience exiting your body? Do you feel the rage welling up, overflowing, displacing empathy, sympathy, and love? Do you hear it? It's calling you. A way out. Follow it. Let it guide you.
I did something unspeakable. I killed them. I murdered them both. I didn't know what to do. I had nothing left to live for. I'm so sorry.
While sifting through some old boxes, you found an interesting set of documents that revealed the truth about your past.
Oh, yeah?
Your grandparents were involved in an accident that killed your grandfather and your infant brother. It wasn't your grandmother's fault entirely, but your parents couldn't help but put the blame on her.
Okay.
With no family or friends left, living a hopeless and bleak existence, your grandmother decided to murder them. With your parents out of the way.
I mean, you couldn't kill...
raise you all by herself.
You couldn't kill them. You're
Her
a baby.
was selfish and evil. That was all you needed. A way to justify her death. A way to break the burden of taking care of her. Do you remember what you did? I'll walk you through it once more, just in case you've forgotten.
Okay. Get the knife. Get the new radio. Get the phone. Place the knife on her bed. Replace the old radio. Place the phone on the table outside the door. Wait outside her room. Get the knife, get the new radio. Place the knife on her bed, replace the old radio. Okay. Knife on her bed, old radio, and then phone on the table outside the door. Yeah.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
I know that I might seem suspicious, but for now, I'm going to need you to trust me. Are you in pain? Do you want that pain to go away? I can show you a way out, but you're going to have to do exactly what I say. Don't worry, very soon you won't feel any pain at all. You won't have to suffer any longer. The first thing I want you to do is to grab the knife on your bed. You're doing a great job. It's very sharp, so please be careful with it. The next step is to gently press the knife against your stomach. You're doing a wonderful job. Now, press a little harder. Keep applying more pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh of your stomach. You might feel quite a bit of pain, but that's going to be temporary. You're doing a great job. I want you to pull the knife out. Is there a warm, red fluid gushing out of your stomach? If so,
Wow.
then you applied enough pressure. I know that this might be painful, but pretty soon it's going to be all over. I want you to repeat the process, except now go a little to the right of the original spot. Keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh. Now that you've done the process twice, for the third time, go to the left of the original spot. Once again, keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh.
That's a weird sound to make for stabbing yourself.
Now return to the original spot. I want you to jab the knife into the wound 3 time. This time, don't slowly apply pressure. I want you to press the knife into your stomach as hard as you can. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
It's such a bad sound for that. It's so...
I know you are, but don't worry. It'll all go away soon. This is the last step. Are you ready? All you have to do is to repeat the process, except this time, press the knife against your neck. Whenever you're ready, just swiftly thrust the knife into your neck. Then very soon, all the pain will go away. That's it. Let it all go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Wherever that might be. Goodbye. I can guarantee you will not be missed.
Well, that's kind of fucked up. Could have at least lied. Said you lived a good life or something.
James, you murdered her. You knew about her delusions. She always talked about the man in the radio, so you decided to become that character. You replaced the old radio and then played an audio file telling her to stab herself repeatedly with a knife. You knew she was delusional and had episodes of schizophrenia. She followed your instructions and eventually bled to death due to her self-inflicted injuries. Since all the evidence pointed to a suicide, you weren't charged with anything. You finally got what you wanted. You were finally free.
You know,
you might be wondering how
give him
exactly
credit.
you ended up dead.
It's original. I'm not gonna say smart. It's original.
Carefree. You actually enjoyed life to some extent, not being tied down by an ill relative. But eventually, that all came crashing down. It started off with brief, horrific, gruesome nightmares. Visions of her stabbing herself endlessly, blood gushing out of her wounds, flooding your mind with blood-red guilt. Slowly, these nightmares leaked into your daily life. You'd see her out of the corner of your eye, whether you were driving, walking down the street, or at work. Even though you killed her, she never really left. She lived in your mind and haunted you every day until you eventually couldn't fall asleep. Every time you closed your eyes, even for the briefest of moments, she'd manifest in your subconscious. Eventually you went to the hospital and you were prescribed sleep medicine, but that only suppressed the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly your body adjusted to the medicine and you needed to increase the dose for the medicine to be effective.
That happens.
This process kept repeating until you were taking multiple times the recommended amount. You were addicted until one night you overdosed on sleep medication.
Yeah.
Right now, in this moment, your physical body is currently in a hospital bed, hovering between the thin line of life and death. You're still probably wondering why you're here in God's basement. I'll finally tell you who I am and what this place really is. God's basement is a realm for those who have committed great sin but are still redeemable. The individuals that arrive in God's basement relive their own versions of hell, allowing them to reflect on their life and watch their slow descent into evil.
I told you it was hell.
Hate, bitterness, and jealousy accumulate until those emotions manifest themselves through atrocious acts, yours being murder. You were backed into a corner, watching your life slowly pass you by. All those opportunities you sacrificed. All that potential wasted. You became bitter and resentful. Many could sympathize with you. Many might have even done the same. You were hopeless, and it felt like you were inside a living hell. I am called the Operator. I am an entity that manifests in God's basement. I manifest myself in different ways depending on the person. My job is to guide the person inside God's basement and allow them to relive their life from a different perspective. In your case, I manifested with many characteristics resembling the man in the radio. Hopefully this explanation cleared everything up. You're still probably wondering what happens now that you have all your memories. I mentioned earlier that God's basement are for those who are still redeemable. Even though you committed an atrocious sin, you were trapped in a hopeless existence. Also, the person you killed wasn't really your grandmother. She was a shell of her former self.
I was going to say, what?
Your grandmother
Another twist?
died long ago. Part of you wanted to see her suffering cease. Your crime was both cruel and merciful at the same time. You are going to get a second chance at life. Pretty soon you're going to wake up in a hospital bed out of your drug-induced coma.
Oh.
Learn to live with what you did. The feelings of guilt, paranoia, and pain will never completely go away. James, make the most out of life and be grateful for this second chance. One last thing. Good luck.
So you didn't die overall. It's just a near-death experience. Interesting. Okay. So you did it. You made it to the end of God's basement. I'm impressed. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the story. The graphics were pretty good for a game that was only made by one person, so I'll have to give him credit for that. Game got a bit laggy at times. The puzzles weren't very clear on how to figure them out and kind of weaseled your way through. But I will say the one thing I did like is if you didn't know how to solve something, instead of just keeping you in that section for forever, they kind of just push you along, okay? He wants you to get the story. The game is more about the story than it is about solving the puzzle and stuff like that. So for those of you trying to just play a game and get a good story, just get away for a while. You get that here. You don't have to frustrate yourselves for half hour trying to figure out, man, what am I doing wrong? How do I get through this? So that part of it was good. The whole atmosphere was very tense. You know, me and my PTSD, I was on edge the entire time. You can kind of see that in the game. I had to calm down, breathe a few times just to kind of bring it all together. And the jumps that they gave me, they really got me. I know they might not be scary to all of you, but it's not that they were scary. It's just when things catch you off guard, you aren't prepared for it. So overall, I really like the game. I'm glad I played it. I laughed at myself. I think it's hilarious, me overreacting the way I do. So if you're ever interested in playing the game, I would suggest you get that. It's not that expensive. It supports his developer, especially a guy who made it by himself. So I have to give him credit for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me playing it and watching and sharing the journey with me. So until the next one, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And don't forget to tune in every third day to catch me live and participate in the fun. Hope you have a good one. Be safe out there.